Welcome back to another episode of Walking in Wisdom, formerly So Walking in Wisdom. And today we provide you with 4 reasons why your brand image cannot bring you peace and joy. And we also have some biblical precepts to back it up with. So today we're going to consider the movie courtesy of the beautiful Miwa Olofunfemi as she leads an all-right cast, including our Woman of Wisdom, Proverbs 31 woman, Sonia Uche, and rounding off the cast, Fuego, my apologies, in Paper Life. And let's give this young lady credit. Miwa, a lot of talented people in Nollywood. She wrote the storyline. Very powerful movie. And in the 21st century, in the year of 2025, Paper life, aka fake life, is so important. It's a great message for everyone, including with teenagers or younger, and even the young adults who think it's a quick and easy way to get ahead. And it's not. But before we get into the details, let's give you a glimpse of a public apology. Let's get it.
Study by big being that big fashion designer. Then the real thing will come soon. But lies have short legs. Now when the truth came out, it broke me.
And that's quite interesting. And here we have the beautiful Sonia Uche, where she's assisting Miwa's character. Um, Miwa's character videotaped the apology to her fans. And I have to say, in this movie, even though Sonia's character was almost a secondary character, but just as important because it really lends to what friendship is all about. And though we're not going to get into it in this particular movie, we've spoken a lot about friendship versus frenemies, and we spoke about show me your friends, and I will show you who you are. So be sure to check out those analysis as you move forward before 2026 if you're leveling up. Indeed. So welcome back, family, to Walking in Wisdom, formerly So Walking in Wisdom. And on this platform, we do everything character analysis. If you decide to level up for 2026 and beyond, it's about doing the work. If you're a man or woman of faith, now that you know better, you desire to do better. The only way transformation will take place is if you're not only a hearer of the word, you do of the word. And if you're a man or woman of faith, that means you adorning fruit of the Spirit, putting on those virtues that would allow you indeed to level up. And it's about considering who you are today, what people are saying, take their feedback, and consider how you can improve. And those are some of the simplest ways you can indeed make a transformation. It's about knowing what you need to change and being intentional about making that change indeed. So if you want to level up in 2026 and you believe you could do better because we all can do better, and you enjoy Nollywood movies, you're a fan of Sonia Uche, and you plan to look at a man or woman in the mirror, self-reflect, level up and do better because you anticipate a lot from your leaders and you know leadership starts with you, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, drive the algorithm, share it with your bestie, share it with your siblings, share it with your parents, with your social media platform, and let individuals know that in order to make the world a better place so that us throughout the diaspora, we not at loggerheads with each other. It starts with the man and woman in the mirror. And for that, we say thank you. And if you have not checked out this platform and you're new and you haven't checked out all 68 or 69 videos so far, please take the time, go down the list and see what you might have been missing and continue to indeed do the work and level up. Clearly, there are some movies that hit a nerve and it's viewed by a lot, and clearly those individuals like, ah, it's okay. But at the end of the day, it's about each person understanding what they need. And we've just recently added the real life lesson here playlist. So please be sure to check it out. And then we have your minding your business playlist that we're going to add to all of the themes that we're going to discuss in walking in wisdom. And if that meets your needs, we encourage you to join this elite group. And in advance, we say thank you indeed. And this platform indeed was inspired by the incomparable Sonia Uche. She knows how to network, how to be a friend to a friend, how to be a sister to a sister, how to be a daughter to her mother, how to be a mentee to her mentor, and how to be a mentor to her mentee as well, aka Chisoma and her best friend, right? So we have seen so much from this young lady, and so important to highlight her great attributes. And I much prefer to do it when the person is alive and doing it, as opposed to when the person is 6 feet under. So, Sonia Uche, we love you. We thank you for the person that you are. We thank you for your great character that's on display, and why we know no one is perfect. So we're not idolizing you. We say, way to go, staying above the fray in this very challenging world when it's all about getting the next big fix. And in doing so, you can easily compromise your character. So we say thank you so much. And if you have not seen Domestic War, the very funny movie Domestic War, starring the incomparable Bimbo Ademoye, very funny, and Sonia Uche, displaying really horrible characters as domestic maids. Please be sure to do so. I've also done a character analysis for Domestic War and many of her movies indeed. And again, today we're going to check out Indeed Paper Life, sponsored by Miwa Olofunfemi movie indeed. So let's continue to dissect this beautiful movie. I said it's a masterpiece of what it's like to live and try to live beyond your means. And part of it you can see at the end of this movie where her explanation, she thought if she believed it enough, it will happen. And I know this is a term we have used on several occasions, saying if you fake it enough, you believe it, or you fake it till you make it. And that's how we get ourselves in a tangle. So don't do it. So we're going to get involved and provide you with 4 reasons why brand image cannot bring you peace and joy. It will just bring you heartbreak, as we see in this movie. But there's a time when you reconcile and you apologize. You indeed can find peace. So let's provide you with a couple of the reasons why not you focus on a brand image, and you should focus as a leadership coach. We call it being authentic. So it's about authenticity. And that's really your brand identity, who you are. So number one, misrepresenting yourself because it's a lot of work. Understand, according to Psalms 139:14, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And your brand identity, your authentic self should be enough. If it's not, then it's time to pivot away from that person or group indeed. Number two, a lot of lies begets a lot of lies, and and then ultimately you will need to watch your back and cover up and provide more lies. So if you consider Jeremiah 9:5, it says people are training their tongues to lies, and that leads to more and more evil, which is correct. And it's about building integrity. And if we consider Colossians 3:9, it says, lie not one to another. When you lie and you get away with it, you will think, oh, that was easy. You'll do it again. You do it again. You'll do it again. And you set a pattern, but a pattern for your downfall. Don't do it. And this is especially true, man and woman of faith. We're living in precarious times. This is not the time to trip up on lies. Number three, attract other deceivers, right? It's almost like the law of attraction, right? If you're one person, you attract someone similar to you. And Proverbs 23:7 tells us, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if you're attracting a deceiver, you could self-reflect and think, am I a deceiver? Am I being deceptive? How did I get my job? How did I get awarded a contract? Did I lie and deceive? Think about it. And if you get into 26, I will say before you get into 2026, you want to ask yourself those tough questions because you will continue to attract everything negative if you're practicing deception. And number four, what's in the dark comes to light. Luke 12:2-3 or Luke 8:17 reminds us what's done in secret will be revealed publicly. It's not if, it's when. And it's indeed possible indeed. It's indeed possible indeed. Now we're going to go to the end to see, after going through the highs and lows, what success looks like indeed when you decide to live a life based on your authenticity or brand identity over your brand image. Let's listen in.
I used to think that appearance was everything. That if I looked the part, the world would open up for me. But all that posing and faking only made me forget who I truly was.
And I'll say amen to that indeed. And therefore, in 2026, man, woman of faith, if you're ready to level up, 3 tips. First, you have to confess and own up to your mistakes to whomever, including if it's social media. Number two, level up and do better. And you could do so with action. So whatever it is you were not doing because you thought it was a shortcut, like in this movie Paper Life, she pretended, she faked her way that she was a chic couture designer. Instead of doing the work, she ended up in a whirl of fire. And her best friend, as well as her new friend, was around to assist. But that may not be you. You may not have that support cast. And because this is a movie, this should be a huge lesson learned. So don't do it. Part of your brand identity is following through, upskilling, doing the work as you see at the end of this video. If you're going to be a designer, put in the work and upskill so that indeed you can be the best designer possible. And then number three, reinforcer. It's all about honing your craft. Absolutely. So in this case, you see Miwa's character finally taking down a pink sewing machine that someone got for her that she never used because she was busy living a paper life, i.e., a fake life. So I love this movie, family. I don't want to give you too much. I want you to go to support sister Miwa Olofunfemi, beautiful young lady indeed. And let's go through the end. I'd like to give a shout out to certainly the production team because it does take a village, including the story by Miwa Olofunfemi, cast and director. Here we go to mentor again, Uche Mubana. And then you have the producers, etc. So we say way to go. And here we have this beautiful Sonia Uche, and of course the other actors. Indeed, this was a beautiful movie, and it's so relevant for today as you consider here she's finally making a decision to sit down, hone her craft, cut that fabric, and learn from her mistakes so she can be the best designer possible. Indeed, it could only happen if you put a work in. Remember, faith without works is dead, so you must do the work. Family, that's it for this character analysis. I pray that you're doing well and be sure to continue to keep the faith as we consider what's happening in the world today. So please stay prayed up and continue to pray for your brothers and sisters globally. And remember, we're not an enemy, we are family. Family, thank you so much for watching. And as always, shalom.